I can't walk the road, I can't talk too loud, I can't step too high, I'm in the public eye. A good friend of mine say, don't mind them at all, y'all. Some people got something to say while some say nothing at all. I say me know the trick, take a coin and flick, I say a nice me nice. If me flick me wrist, them have to run come keep, I say a nice me nice. I say me know the trick, take a coin and flick, I say a nice me nice. If me flick me wrist, them have to run come peep, I say a nice me nice. They seem to think I'm the best, but I to them no now. I work all day, all night, that's why I have a good show. But a good friend of mine say, don't mind them at all, y'all. Some people got something to say while some say nothing at all. Say me know the trick, take a coin and flip, I say a nice me nice.
Yes, in the background sounds of another Mr. Roy Rayan. And guess what? Welcome to Jamaican Explosion on a Monday evening. And we're going to have a good show here with you this evening. I have a special guest with me on the show this evening. Welcome. Welcome on a Monday evening. Let me first say to you, how are you doing? How are you doing on this this beautiful Monday evening here? And it's good for you to be with Jamaican Explosion this evening. We have a great show in store for you. I got with me on in the studios today. Well, actually appearing on camera today is Mr. Roy Rayan, 4 times Independence Festival song winner, and I'm going to be bringing him on stage here in a few minutes for you to hear him this evening. We're glad that he took the time out to come join us here on Jamaican Explosion today. And Mr. Roy Rayan's been doing this thing for a very long time, and I want to make sure that you have a chance to actually see him. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and welcome Mr. Roy Rayan to the Jamaican Explosion screen right now. Mr. Rayan, how you doing, sir? How are you?
I am mighty fine. Just to say that I'm hearing you a little low. I'm not, so I don't know
Okay,
if there's something I don't know if it's on your side, but it's a
okay,
bit low on my side.
okay. I'm sending it up for you right now. Okay. How about now? A little bit higher. Can you hear me a little bit higher now? What about now? A little bit higher? Can you hear me now? A little
No,
loud.
it's still low. It's very very. I'm hearing you, but I would have to put the phone close to my ear. It's very very low. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah,
A little.
I'm hearing you, but if you realize I have to put the phone close to me. You know.
Okay. I'm not sure what's happening, but we're hearing you fine right here, and it's good for you to take the time out and just be with us this evening on Jamaican Explosion, and it's just a pleasure to have you with us this evening. So, folks, we have Mr. Roy Rayan with us this evening, and he is online right here 4 times. Independence Festival song winner. And go ahead and turn the volume on your phone up.
No,
So
it's Max.
it's Max. Okay, I'm not
Max,
sure.
Max, Max.
Okay, let me go ahead and do something else here and see what's going on here. If we could give you a little bit more volume over here. Okay. All right. Okay. How about now? How about now?
No, I'm hearing. Oh, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Okay.
But no,
Okay.
but it's not as I say. It's not as loud as I would normally hear. So
Okay.
probably the technology dopey them troubling you tonight.
It might be in that case, but they're hearing you loud and clear. That's the thing. They're hearing you loud and clear. So, Mr. Rayan, go ahead and tell us about how you got into this business kind of know that you've been around for a long time, but how did you get into this business right here of festival songs and actually the reggae
Okay,
music?
what you want to hear first? How I got into the music or how I got involved with festival? Because it's not necessarily one and the same. Which one you want me to start with
Okay,
first?
well, you could start off about how you got into music first, and then we'll
Well,
hear about yeah.
okay. Well, you grow up, the child. I was born in the area of Westmoreland, a place called Lambs River. That's for who know Jamaica. Lambs River is you would say one of the most rural parishes, most rural district in the west. So it's not far from Seaford Town, not far from Bethel Town. So it's right, it's in that belt. The other well for people who will remember the other place in that area called Rattrap. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I moved to Sav at an early age. So most of my schooling was done in in the town. So I went to basic school, I went to primary school, that's even to primary school.
Mm-hmm.
But just to throw it out that okay, I understand that my dad also he actually he was awesome at the rumba box, and he also was a one of those marching band drummers. So I don't know, so probably could be a little of the genes passing on there.
Okay, all right.
However, while at like primary school, you would pick up little things. I got involved in like we had I Stedford, so we had some of the little culture. That wasn't singing, more involved in the arts. So we do some of the digging songs and all of those things that people would say you do at festival, right?
Okay,
But
very
then
good. Mhm.
um, my aunt, that's my mom's sister, she worked with this gentleman who is called Hurry Sinclair. That's Sinclair Bargain Center. He after a while he had many stores island wide, but this one that was the first store in Sav. On the one Christmas that would have been when I would have been about 10. I
Mhm.
went to a Christmas treat he had, and that
Mhm.
was the first time I saw a band. I remember the first time I remember seeing a band, and
Okay.
it it you could say floored me. And I got the bug. I went home. To my mom. I was anything I could find, pans and all of that. Made my own drum set, and I was singing and playing drums. And so ironically, I don't end up playing the drums. I'm more fool around the guitar, and probably if I had continued playing the guitar, I wouldn't be too bad. But
Okay.
when I went around other musicians who played well, I just left that side of the music and just focus on singing and performing. So
Okay.
that is how I catch that bug. And then going through um going to from moving from Unity to South Secondary, which is now Godfrey Stewart.
Okay.
You would see those guys there. They have their regular school concerts, and those they I can't remember, forget a friend of mine, Sidney Reynolds. When you hear him, you're listening to Al Green.
Okay.
And so these guys were the stars. So I had to, as I say, stay in the corner and listen. And till after
Yeah.
a while, I started writing and moving around until one day I started. I remember I had a group called
Yeah.
Roy Ryan and the Soul Harmonians.
All right.
you know, and I entered Pop and Variety. That's festival, and with that, and there's more to it, but I'm going to give a break and see if there are any other questions you want to ask, and then I can move on because the
Okay.
story is long, and
Yeah,
you would need many hours for this.
right. So, what I'm interested in hearing is how was the music? The was it rock steady then, or reggae then,
No,
or
okay, okay. I
okay,
will tell you also too.
yeah,
Same horror band. I remember because there were two bands I can remember clearly in South. There was C.J. Williams band, and there was also Horror, which
mm-hmm,
was I think Horror band. I can't remember if it was Future Generation or what. I can't remember the name of the band, or which is one of those bands.
mm-hmm,
Um, I remember it was reggae. It was reggae rock, because that 68, 69. So it would be the rock steady and transitioning into reggae. I
oh,
remember going to the park right at Hendon, and see Blondie was the lead singer for this band, and he became one of the singers for Ital with Ronnie Davis and the Itals. And I heard this man singing some Bob Marley tunes, and he said, "Nah, sir, them song them I want to sing." He captured me, and he captured my imagination again.
okay.
So those are some of the persons who inspired me. So it would have been in the early passage of reggae. Basically the transition,
The
because
transition.
Rocksteady was basically just about 18 months.
Yes, yeah. So it's a transition between a rock steady and a reggae.
Yeah,
Okay. And so I asked this question to let the audience know that you have been in this for a very, very long time. You're a veteran in this, and to have you still very vital, performing out there and still in the mix, that we just want to commend you on the great job that you are doing. Now, tell me about the festival song part of it. Now, how did you end up starting to do festival
okay,
song?
so there are a lot of things that happened in between that I left for Kingston in 75. And
Hmm.
when I left for Kingston, I came to live with my brother. Well, that's sort of a long thick time, because when I came to Kingston, it was just boy, I figure saying ton man now, and him just leave him mother house, and I came to Kingston, found my sister where my sister is, but can't say where my sister is. She directed me to Barbican. When I got to Barbican, go and ask for my brother where my brother is working. My brother don't work there anymore. It's not like these days now when you have telephone,
Hmm.
right? So you just can't find And I asked the gentleman, I said, a man named Bigger who have a whole lot of cows? And
Hmm.
he didn't answer me. And then about 10, 15 minutes after, he said, "Look here, it's the man there with them a bungler grass upon him head. He's going, the guy named Shasha. He's going over to your uncle house." So just can you imagine? I found my way to Kingston, found my sister's house, found my uncle. So I was with my brother up in Jacksonville for a little while, and then I all kind of things happen, but I'm just skimming over some of the things now, and then I end up going through to GIS, doing some little jams on GIS every now and then.
Hmm.
And then I ended up with Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks. She was Dr. Amina that was a long time. Yeah, she was working at API, which was GIS, and then it became Agency for Public Information for a while, and then they changed it back to GIS. Now I met her, and she sent me to Jamaica School of Drama after hearing me reading a poem.
Okay.
And when I end up, that's not music school now, Jamaica School of Drama. But then
Okay.
Jamaica School of Drama, that would help prepare you for some things. And within a short space of time of me getting there in the youth theater,
Hmm.
because I wasn't a full-time student at Jamaica School of Drama. I ended up doing a play called Goody, but that was
Hmm.
a musical. So the lyrical singing talent would help me, in that. And so while at drama school, I would get involved in whatever concerts they have. I would
Hmm.
also end up going to UWI Carnival and all of those things. until a friend of mine, introduced me to a introduced me to the Unique Vision band. That's a band
Okay.
with blind people. So you could say they were blind, but I was a crazy one.
Okay.
And
All right.
that's so I'm flipping over things. That would have been 19. That would have been about 80.
Okay.
And after that bloody election in 1980, in about the October, I went to Frankie up by Fab Five and asked him if I could stay up by Fab Five for the sleep for the night. Well, I was there for 6 years.
Wow.
So, but just to flip back to that, in that same year, 1980,
Yes, sir.
Dwight Pinkney, Dwight Pinkney, the guitarist for Roots Radix, you name it, Zappo, that same person, brother, that same Dwight Pinkney. He came with a festival song, One Family. That's the same year Stanley won. Na 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 na
All
na.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
building up a new Jamaica. Right, that song, right? Well, he had a song, One Family, and
Mm-hmm.
it entered, but it didn't reach the final. So that was
Okay.
my first taste of what festival would have been.
Okay.
Then now, whilst I am with Fab Five now, that is at the end of that year, that would have been 1980, and 1981, we did a school series with Unit Vision Band, right, well, not across the island, but we did mainly in Kingston, but we did some things like in St. Mary and a couple of schools outside of Kingston. But it
Mm-hmm.
was called Showcase 80. And
Okay.
then with people like Loving Dear, Prince Edwards, the Fantails, those were some of the persons who was in the Fab Five camp at that time. Jem Myers, and all of that. And then we in 1982, we are there. And 1983. So whilst joining the Univision band,
Mm-hmm.
in 1980 as a other one of the lead singers, by 1981 I became the road manager. But don't let anybody fool you. The road manager was work. So I
Yes.
would
Yes.
have to I would have to help pack the things
Mm-hmm.
also. So I was road manager, and pack the van.
Yes.
So you take the things from out of the storeroom, you pack the van, you
Mm-hmm.
go to the function, you unpack the van, you set
Mm-hmm.
up the equipment, and you are now, guess what? I am going to sing. After finish singing and star up the place and something, when it finished, you have to get back now, down now to business, pack down, you know.
Yeah.
So I also learned the other side of the business as well.
Okay.
So in 1983,
Mm-hmm.
1983,
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Walters and Grub Cooper wrote a song called Celebration Train.
Mm-hmm.
So I entered festival. That the year Raskabi won.
Oh, okay.
Um, right? Um, and then in 1984,
Yeah.
Eric Donaldson pipped
Yeah.
me.
Mm.
Well, in 1985, I there were a lot of persons in there with Freddie McKay. I think Pam Hall was in that. Probably Home T was in that set. But and I in 1983, for 855, I turned the tide on them. So that was the first time I won. And right, and then in 1987, I
Yes.
got a chance to revenge Eric. So Eric had a strong song, but Give Thanks and Praises was too strong for him,
Yes. Very good.
right?
Very.
And
Yes.
my good brother Danny. And in 1991,
Yes. Sir.
I won with Come Rock, and in 2008, I won with Rise and Shine. So
Okay.
that's the four times.
Yeah, but Roy, I don't think you probably have won it the most times, right? Because
No
how much?
man, no man, no man. Eric is 7 times. I
Eric
am
won.
just I'm just four.
Wow, wow, wow! I didn't
Mhm.
realize that Eric had won 7 times.
But
But
his songs are his the most the ones everybody would know is but obviously
you know,
would be um
Cherry
Stereo
Baby
Baby,
and
Land of My Birth, Sweet Jamaica, and 22 Years Salute is
yeah,
not another one. But the other ones are not as popular as But yeah, he actually won it 7 times.
yeah. But Give Thanks and Praises was a hit for years, man. I think it's a hit, a song of
No,
the years. Yeah,
it's a it's a staple when it comes to not just Independence Time, but even Independence Time.
yeah,
Without without sounding boastful, but I can do that because if you have the body of the work, you can show off at time.
yeah, yeah. Your work.
At this particular time, when people want the
Mhm.
go-to persons now in this
Yeah,
particular time for festival, for festival, it's actually Roy Ryan right now.
yes,
So,
of course.
yeah.
Yes, and
So as a matter of fact, I was one of the judges who selected the festival songs for this year, and then meaning chose the top 10, and then I was so busy that I couldn't do the first one. I told them I didn't want, I was focusing on my event that was yesterday. That was Royal 65-45. But then
oh,
they twist my hand, and say, "Do come do it." So I actually went. So I was actually one of the judges at the selection of the winning festival song this year.
right, and
Um, yeah, and I must say, there was no question. All the songs were good songs, and
yes,
all the performers came out. To be honest with you, on the night they came
mhm,
out and they performed. But the winner, Candy, she actually delivered. She
yes,
delivered.
yeah.
It was an awesome performance. So that is what her performance really outdid everybody else, and the audience spoke loudly, and it was basically a unanimous decision.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. But we're among greats tonight, and folks, if you're just joining us on Jamaican Explosion this evening, I got none other than the man himself, Mr. Roy Ryan, and he is a four-time Independent Festival song winner, and I know you have heard him before. And if you haven't heard him, you have to get to know him. He will be actually coming into the Atlanta area on August the 10th. And before I even get him to speak about that, let's hear this one right
We
here.
survive. We put the faith and trust in the Father. He's keeping us alive. So give thanks and praises. We are 25. How good and how pleasant it is that we can live in harmony. That all races, color, and creed can live in peace and unity. Jamaica, our homeland, given from our father's hand. To him we give the glory and praise continually. So give thanks and praises. We are 25. Though we did walk through the valley of the shadow of death, still we survive. With our hand in the hand of the Father, our country will stay alive. So give thanks and praises. We are 25.
Yes, indeed, the background sounds of no other than Mr. Roy Ryan himself said. At that time, we were 25.
Yes,
Imagine that.
that's 1987.
That we were 25, and now we are what,
We are
six?
now we are now 62. So take
Yeah,
62 from that, and you will see how long ago that was.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have a longevity, and the lyrics of that song still speaks out loudly today, and we have to, when you have good lyrics, they transcend time, you know, because when we think about us just coming through a hurricane down there in Jamaica, we just needed songs like these to remind us of the beautiful country that we have, the beautiful people that we are, and our culture. This is a song that you could change the 25 and you could put 62 in there anytime, and it will be just as relevant. What do you say, Mr. Ryan?
I didn't get that.
I said, what do you say about that song being even relevant
No,
today?
no, no. It's no, it's no. That it's going. This that song is going to be relevant for forever. It's longevity is going to so far it has stand the test of time, and it's when I am gone, and it's one of those songs that you would say is one of those forever songs.
Okay.
And I'm happy that I was, I'm one of the person who, I was able to sing that song.
Okay. All right. Well, we thank you for it. Tell us about how you're feeling about coming into Atlanta. How you feeling about coming into Atlanta on August 10th? Or what should we expect when you come into this place at
Well, okay, it's how should I put it now? The same energy you've seen all over the years.
yeah,
Um, the bones get a little older, but when you go on the stage and you see the audience, and the audience responding, and you feeling of the audience, you forget that where the age is, and when you finish performing, you say, "Oh wow, I did that." Yes, so yeah, it's going to be. I am looking forward. I must tell you that in terms of performance, I
yes.
haven't been in the Atlanta area for a long, long, long time.
Wow.
Well, I've done all over Florida, New York, but I have not, Texas, many other, but I have not, Atlanta was evading me for a while. I'm hoping that after the 10th, yeah, you might you might make me a permanent resident. You might give me my citizenship.
Yes, man. You already have that, sometimes we have to kind of just uh, have the good things kind of just lay low for a while, and then when you come back fresh and ready for and ready to take it again. So
Yes, yes, yes,
so,
yes.
people are looking forward to hearing you. We're looking forward to having you here, and we know that you not only do festival songs, but you cover many songs. You know,
Not only
and
that, if you were at 65-45 last night, then you would have also well, like the song you just played a while ago, "Nice Me Nice."
yes, yes,
You'd have heard the first song I've ever recorded. You'd have heard "I Know Country Boy." You know, enough salutation. It was a mix of what they know and what they didn't know. I do a version of Jimmy Cliff Trapped, but it not it the version of the version it's more you could say a more reggae version of the "We Are the World" one, the one that Bruce Springsteen did.
oh, okay,
Yes,
all right.
that's in my repertoire as well. So it's gonna be I am looking forward. It's going to be. I know it's going to be fun. I'm expecting to I'm expecting a full
Full
ballroom of nicely dressed people behaving badly
yeah, yeah,
in a good way.
behave badly. Well, go on bad that night there.
Yeah man, yeah man.
Okay, and if
Yeah,
you
yeah, as I say, we got to turn up the things,
as you say, turn it up, huh?
Yes, yes,
uh, turn up to the
and
turn.
not a notch, more than a notch. you know.
You turned all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and in case you didn't know, folks, the Atlanta Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards will be taking place on Saturday, August 10, 2024, at the Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel. So you definitely want to make your way down on August the 10th for that event. And of course, if you need the address for the airport, Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel, it's 2020 Convention Center Concourse at College Park, Georgia 30337, will begin at 6 p.m. and go all the way to 6 p.m. go all the way to 1 a.m. So you definitely want to be in the place, and you definitely don't want to miss this gentleman right here, the superstar right here, Mr. Roy Ryan, who's going to be stopping by to entertain us that evening. And we're going to make sure we treat him well from the moment he lands in here. We're going to be taking good care of him, and anything that he wants, we're going to make sure that he gets it, and we want to make sure that the voice is nice and ripe. So when he gets on stage, it's going to be a event that you will remember all throughout your lifetime. So, Mr. Roy Ray, and we're looking forward to having you here in the Atlanta area. And it's a long time that you haven't come. So now that you come, yeah, you have to come.
Who knows? You probably might have to get a trailer to leave me to get rid of me. No, no. I don't mind the visitor status, but
Yes.
but I am one of those persons who I like to be all over the place. So
Yes.
probably you know
Yeah.
living on the rock is not a bad place, so you can move from one place to the other.
Yeah. But I noticed though that this year it's like you're booked all over the place this year. You're down there in Jamaica doing a whole lot of things this festival season though. Are
Yeah, well, the bookings are coming, are coming in. As a matter of fact, I had to just turn down something for um August 2 today because I already had two bookings for that date. So
mm-hmm,
and I can tell you something. Um, as much as it is close to independence, the mad rush, believe it or not,
mm-hmm.
you're here, and then in a week's time you just hear everybody calling your phone. You're available for this. You're available for this. You're available for this. So
Yeah.
so between now and the 6th of August, it's
Yes.
going to be crazy.
Okay.
It's,
Wow.
it's
So
going it's going to be crazy.
I could imagine. I could imagine. I could imagine. So we have to book you far in advance.
Yes, because and that once people once you're traveling, because apart from that is you because when you do that you can you plan, you know
Mm-hmm.
you so therefore you have time to plan, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us people, they come and they see and they dress up in the
Mm-hmm.
nice you know threads and don't realize the work that goes into the event.
Mm-hmm.
I was told I did my 65-45 yesterday evening at the Randy Williams Louis Bennett Garden Theatre. And
Okay.
even though the function was finished, we started exactly at 6 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock, the performances were through. I never left there until 3 o'clock. I never left there until about 1:30 this morning,
Mm-hmm.
because we had to make certain that everything, uh, that yeah, the post production. And
Yes.
right now, when I'm finished talking to you, I still have post production work to do.
Wow. Wow. Well, it's your busy season, so that's your busy season right now, and you're the man. You're the man of the moment, and
I, I don't believe you. I am no, I am hearing you. I am hearing you very, very loud and clear now.
yeah, 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 yes, yes, man. Of
What
course.
what whatever you did,
Right.
I am hearing you loud, loud and clear right now.
Yes, man. As you say, sometimes you have to just wait it out and it will come right back. So now I can see more of your face. Then you can
Yeah,
show.
man. Yeah, man. What I'm going to do now is that I am trying to plug in my charger. I didn't realize that the phone. I don't want it to die on you, so I am reorganizing myself now, right?
Okay, all right.
Okay,
So
so
in the meantime, while you do that, I'm gonna play
okay,
another hit.
right, okay,
Okay,
so I am,
yeah, man. Yeah, that's nice. Now, yeah,
yes,
man.
yeah, man, I'm good now.
You're good now. You're good now. Yeah, let's play
Mhm.
another shot of something else that you did not.
Come on and stay with me, girl. Down on the bending knees now. Come on and stay with me, girl. I need you now, yeah. Stay with me, girl. Don't you ever leave. I'll change my lifestyle. Just stay with me, please. No more running around. You are my one and only. I'll post a sign to say no vacancy. Cause I'm ready for a life sentence to spend all my life with you. I'm ready for a life sentence. I live and I die for you. I'm ready for a life sentence. No leniency, no parole. Hey. I'm ready for a life sentence. I live and I die for you, girl, now. Stay with me, girl. Hold me tight. I'm satisfied with you, alright. No more sideshow. You are the leader that I'm all focused in your direction. I'm ready for a life sentence. To spend all my life.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Roy Ryan says ready for a life sentence with that one.
Yeah, and the horns you hear blowing in the background there. Guess who
Yeah.
it is? Guess who? I give you one guess.
Oh, 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 oh.
It has saxophonist. One guess. I'm not
Uh,
giving you two.
okay, all right. Saxophone is why is he slipping me now? Um,
The dean of them all, man.
Dean Fraser, man. Dean Fraser.
Ah,
Dean Fraser. Dean Fraser. Of
yeah,
course, Mr. Dean Fraser in the background there.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So we expect big things and niceness when you come to here on August 10th. And I just hope you preserve yourself because the amount of show that I see you doing down here in Jamaica, you, 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 you would need to be on steroid to be doing all of that, man. But it's
No,
a good
it is how you it's how you prepare yourself.
yeah.
It's how you prepare yourself.
Hmm.
And you try to be a fit mind, fit body. I don't exercise the way I want to do, but I again to go back to last night.
Hmm.
I did a full 1 hour set,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I only took a break to change outfit. That's
Hmm.
So meaning I never took a break when I went off stage. I actually just took about 4 minutes or
Hmm.
4 minutes to change, and
Yeah.
from one outfit to the other outfit, and I was back on stage.
Okay.
So it was a full set.
Yeah. Yeah. But
and
then this.
most of the shows most of these shows are are normally probably 15-20 minutes, half an hour the most.
Mhm.
So you have time, you have breathing.
Mhm. So let me ask this question here because this is a question that I'm asking almost all of the veteran artists that come through. Uh, what do you think about the state of or the future of reggae music?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you something. If we don't take care of it, somebody else is going to take care of it for us. I
Hmm.
hear people talking about white people playing winning Grammy.
Yeah.
The white people playing the music and playing it and sounding authentic. and
Mm-hmm.
we are here spinning around. If we don't, yes, up to today, I was talking to my good friend Everton Peso, trombonist. He actually won festival as well, and he's now with the Abyssinian. He had joined the Abyssinian group,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking, and I'm saying to you, seriously, if it was ever possible to have each school to have what you call you know one of those mentor bands that bands that play the
Mm-hmm.
traditional things because whether we like it or not or we believe it or not,
Mm-hmm.
reggae and all of those things, that is where it evolved from. So the soul
Yes.
of the music. And
Yes.
so while I do not have a problem with anything that these guys are doing,
Yeah.
because it is you're going to transition. But what you need to do, you cannot leave. If you lose your center, it's like losing your spirituality,
That's right.
right?
Right.
You lose, and if you lose that, so the soul of the music, you can't afford to lose it. So yeah, you can experiment, you can do what you want to, you can do things because it is going to be, some of those things are not going to last forever. The foundation, that's my concern.
Yes.
That's my concern. So and a lot of us are concerned with that because we're not going we all come here to stay for a while. What we might leave something that will stay forever, but we're going to transition to whether I don't know what happens after we transition, but when we leave this space, you know, apart from we want to, you're going to leave history. You're going to leave, you know, whatever you're going to leave. But you're hoping that the legacy that you leave, somebody will take it, somebody will carry it on because that's the concept. It's not because just remember, when it was ska.
Yes.
Some people probably had an issue with ska. Some people probably had an issue with rocksteady when
That's
they
right.
slowed down.
That's
People
right.
people had some problem with reggae music. People
Yeah.
had problem with dancehall. And it goes on. So I do have a problem. My problem is keep the soul of the music. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. You lose it, somebody else going to use it, and then you're going to sit down here and say, "Well, how did we develop that?" But it's them man they maintain it.
That's
So you build a house, but another man, you never maintain the house, another man take the house and build on it, and and maybe so therefore, even you could say the facade is there and all of that, but guess what is inside the house? The soul of the thing is still there, and they're keeping it, they're maintaining it and nurturing it. So that is what we need to do. The younger musicians need to do that, and one of the ways of doing that is listening and listening where the thing come from. Because if it is good, it will last to last. And if you think about Europe, when you go to Europe and watch a concert, who goes to the concert? The parent, the child, and the grandchildren. So you have three generations there. We
Yes.
and our look a fool something now. We say, why me and my people them not for the same place and them, but you understand why, but if I last night when I was a friend of mine called me this evening and he said, look here, I
Mm-hmm.
was happy that I came to your performance. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I took my two daughters with me,
Mm-hmm.
and they enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, if you set your standard right, and everybody can go there. The little baby can go there and listen and be a part of it. So we have to set the standard high. You know.
Okay, very good. So we understand it. And when we have veterans like yourself that come through every year, and we'll keep going all year around, just promoting the good music and singing the good music. The music can never die, because it's a part of us, and though we might go on to different genre, different stages of the genre, you are absolutely right. The roots, the grassroots, from the mental all the way up. It's one music that's evolving as it goes along. So we give you kudos for that. We're getting a little feedback here. I'm not sure where it's coming from. It's from one of the things, but I apologize to the audience for that. But I guess you can still hear me, and I'm not sure where that feedback is coming from. But in the background and with us today, we have Mr. Roy Ryan on Jamaican Explosion this evening, and we want to thank him for stopping by here this evening. We hope to have like several different shows within the Atlanta area within the next coming weeks, and we're looking forward to having you here on August 10th. And I want to make sure that each and every one of you all go out and tickets, get your tickets for the ball, the Atlanta Independent Ball that will be taking and scholarship award taking place on Saturday, August 10th, at the Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel. And Mr. Roy Ryan will be our special guest for the evening. And Mr. Ryan, before you leave, is there Jamaican Exposure this evening? Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our audience this evening?
That what they need to do is call the police, call the fire brigade, call all the emergency people, because it will be a musical fire. We are going to burn down the place.
Okay, it's gonna be an explosion. You see, look at the background of my screen. Look at the background of my screen. It's the fire burning in the background.
Yes,
That's
yes, man. Yeah, man. I see you started. I see you started. So I just want them to know that it's not fake, right? It's real. We're going to have fun, and I'm really looking forward,
yeah,
forward to be there, and it's great talking to you, and you continue going on doing doing the great work. Continue blazing the fire, keep the fire burning.
well,
You know,
as you say, you can't start the fire without some kind of matches, or you have to rub two sticks together. So
yeah, or, yeah. Well, we used to do that, or the man used to find the stone and chip until
yeah,
something happening, and we can imagine. All they used to do that, get some grass and thing, and they go on and they catch and thing, and
that
so many things happen, man. Look where it is now. You know, that's the greatness of human being.
That's it. That's it. Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know you're very busy schedule to stop in here at Jamaican Explosion. Looking forward to having you on my next platform at Caribbean Live TV sometime next week, and I know you'll be going on to the Way and All show sometime this week. So we want to just thank you for taking the time out. We're looking forward to having you in the area, and then you might have to pull your hostage now. So you can't leave. We might have to keep you hostage here in Atlanta for a little while, man. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I have a lot of good friends, So, no, well, actually, I can actually tell you my trouble and tell you my schedule. When I leave there,
Yes.
I'm actually going to visit a relative in Connecticut. Then I go to Orange County. A
Hmm.
friend of mine is his 60th birthday, and
Wow.
there's no way I was going to be in the states and don't show up, and give him, as we say, give him my strength.
Yes.
And then I
Yes.
and then I go to New York, do a little visit, and come back to Atlanta, and then come back to the to Jamrock. But
Okay.
feel free, man. I'll be there. So if I consider it holiday, so I'm going to enjoy myself.
That's all right. That's all right. And we look forward to having you here. And until you back on the Jamaican Explosion show again, we'll have you back at a certain time. And thank you again. I look forward to to Avenue here on August 10th. Okay, so all right, go on, take care of yourself, and as we say in Jamaican Explosion, walk good until next time we meet. Okay,
No, no man, no man. This
okay,
do
go on.
what I say. Walk good and make good dopey follow you.
Well. The doping people promote.
So you know, as we are African, the spiritual realm, them say, the ancestors, them take care of you. So
Uh, uh,
yeah, so
the good goers, I'm
yeah,
Pastor Robert.
yeah,
That's what the Holy Ghost.
that's what they say. That's why they say good dopey.
Yes. Right, we could be here for another 2 hours still going down, Let's see what
Yes.
it leads to something for later, okay?
Yeah, man. So take care of yourself too, and it was great talking to you.
Blessings now and keep
Yeah, man.
safe with
Yes,
you, okay?
and give thanks and praises.
There we go,
And
there we go.
remember now, music, food for the soul.
Every time, huh? Every time.
Blessings.
Yeah, man.
Love with the hand in the ear and praise him. Now we pretty little island praise him. For the love in the nation praise him. Let all the people praise him. Praise him. Praise him. Wheel. Let's remember those who struggled for us. Our heroes, true and brave. They gave their lives in service for us. Now we are free and no more slaves. Remember Marcus Garvey, Sam Shabbat, Buster Bubble Man lead it fight so we are free. So give thanks and praises, we are 25. Though the road was rocky and the hills were steep, still we survived. We put the faith and trust in the Father, He's keeping us alive. So give thanks and praises, we are 25.
Yes, indeed. You're in tune to Jamaican Explosion, and this is Pastor Rob on a beautiful Monday night. Hopefully, you had a chance to tune in and hear Mr. Roy Ryan speak to us this evening. And I've been in Jamaica and been around, and I got some footage for you, which which will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I went down to Jamaica, and I was at the conference, diaspora conference. I got some footage, but I'm gonna wait until we get warm up into the season, then I'll show some of those footage that I brought back. When a chance to go up to This Is Jamaica, went down into St. Catherine, down into that area, Redwood Primary. And I had a ball with the students over there. Got some footage of that too, and I will bring in that to you within the coming weeks. So you definitely don't want to miss an episode of Jamaican Explosion. We're on now on Monday evenings. Monday evenings we go from the hour of 8 to 9:30 this evening, and I've got my next guest coming up here as we go to us. The Strength to Breed section. But I just want to let you know that it's my pleasure to have been here with you this evening. It's a pleasure to have had Roy Ryan with us this evening. And just want to let you know, folks, I don't want you to miss this. I don't want you to miss this
It's
here.
the annual
Okay?
Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards presented by the Atlanta Jamaican Association in collaboration with the AJ Cultural and Educational Fund, Inc. Saturday, August 10, 2024, Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel, 2020 Convention Center Concourse, College Park, Georgia, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Celebrate Jamaica's 62nd year as an independent nation and support higher education of the next generation. Enjoy delectable food, music from the SWAT Band, and electrifying performance from Jamaica Festival legend Roy Ryan.
I have got this feeling, a very high
Music by Mikey Sparkle Production with DJ Cold Rice on the ones and twos. Keynote speaker Keisha Thorpe, Nobel Prize educator, Global Teacher 2021, and National Teachers Hall of Fame inductee. Hosted by Will Hart. Early bird 135 to July 1, 145 after. Scan the QR code for hotel and tickets. Call 404-777-9593 or visit AtlantaJamaicanAssociation.org. Sponsors Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport, GB Roofing Inc., Metals and Materials Engineers, Couples Resorts Jamaica, and PNC.
Yes, indeed, folks. Wow. If you have not gotten your ticket yet, I would suggest that you make sure that you get your ticket soon, okay? That's the Atlanta Jamaica Association Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards. And we'll be speaking about that more within the coming weeks. Make sure that you are tuned in here to Jamaican Explosion on Monday night, or be with me over at Caribbean Live TV on Tuesday evenings as we do Caribbean Extravaganza over here. This is Jamaican Explosion on a Monday evening, and it's just good to have you guys with us this evening. How you doing out there? We just want to make sure that you tell a friend about us. Let them know that we are on Monday evenings, all the way from 8 to 10 o'clock. This evening, we might just go to 9:30 this evening. But I got a very special guest with me this evening, and I want to bring him on board right now just to make sure that you get a chance to meet him. And his name is Mr. KBN Brown. KBN, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, good. Okay, man. Good to see you, man. Good to have you on this platform. Welcome. And KBN is going to be running in this section we call the Strength to Breed by Mr. Peter Graces, which talks about our mental health and just us taking care of ourselves and so forth like that. So I want to introduce to you, and he'll have a different guest with him every week on this section here of the Strength to Beat and the Pastor Rob Jamaican Explosion show. So Mr. KBN, go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks. Let them know a little bit about how you got your start in this and where you're from.
All right. Okay. So my name is KBN Brown. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I guess you would say I'm a Jamaican. Parents are Jamaican. In New York. Been in Georgia for a couple of years. Running my practice. It's a family-owned practice. I have one. My wife has one. We started this one, and I branched out and just doing a lot of different type of work. So thank you for the opportunity to be able to do this. Definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Yes, indeed. So I had an opportunity to come to Saturday morning sessions, and I got some videos of that, but we're gonna kind of hold that until next week's show or the week after. I show people a little part of the sessions that we had on a Saturday morning, and just explain some of those letters down there, because you see we see all these letters sometimes that we don't know what they mean. CSW, somebody's looking out there and they're saying, what does that mean? What is DBT? What is CBT?
So, like I stated, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. And what does that mean? That means is that I'm a social worker who's licensed, and in my licensing, I'm also able to provide a diagnosis. So when you see me, if I'm seeing you for a while and I feel like there are symptoms that lead to a clinical diagnosis like depression or anxiety or some type of trauma diagnosis, and we talk, I assess, and we go ahead and I provide that diagnosis. And that diagnosis can go to a medical provider like a nurse practitioner or a doctor or work or other people for different type of things, for FMLA, for just general understanding what's going on with you, for overall a whole bunch of concerns. The DBT stands for Dialectical Behavioral Therapy, and it's a form of therapy that talks about wise mind, emotion mind, and logic mind, the different types of rationale that people have for making decisions. Cognitive behavioral therapy is CBT, and that's sometimes known as talk therapy. But what it means is that we process when we think. Cognitive, how we think affects our behaviors,
Right.
and when we do the therapy, we're analyzing and giving perspectives and just kind of getting to the deeper issues of some thoughts and behaviors that a person might have. Strength-based motivational interviewing or strength-based therapy is when we use different type of perspectives that and techniques that aim to the client. So, what are you good at doing? Okay, you're depressed or you're sad, but you're really good at creating things when you're upset. We talk about what you're good at to bring light to the fact that even though you might be in a negative feeling or a negative place, you're
All
still able
right.
to do things. And motivational interviewing is just a style of therapy that kind of goes ahead and tells your story. It's like narrative therapy, tells your
Yeah.
story. It's
Yes.
kind of a good way of dialect and exchanging information.
Okay. Wow. Wow. It sounds like you have quite a bit of things going on there, Mr. Kabian. And where do you operate out of? So just let them know where you operate out of right now.
So currently operating out of headquarters out of Snellville, Georgia, and have a satellite operation in New York where we have one therapist who provides therapy out there.
Hmm.
Shout out to Mr. Shoulders. He's our only therapist and has been doing it for a while. And we have a bunch of clinicians in Georgia, nurse practitioners and therapists as well.
Okay. Wow. All right. So tell me, Kabian, why it seems like over this year that mental health has taken front stage. It has almost become a buzzword. Uh,
Mm.
why so prevalent now?
I think just like anything through the pandemic, it gave us an opportunity to see
Mm,
different types of things. And a lot of different things such as Black Lives Matter, even though we've always mattered, our lives has always mattered, but it became more crucial for people to understand what that meant. Mental health at the same point where people had to stay inside, couldn't go outside, what did that mean to them when their whole lifestyle change, how they're adjusting and things of that nature.
mhm, mhm.
It's just crucial. Soldiers, like we're doing a lot of work towards, and because of Barack and Michelle Obama have really, and even Biden have really given a lot of focus towards soldiers and service members who have mental health issues because they're trained and ready for war, but then they come back to
Yes.
regular world and they have to be civilians when they've been deployed and been ready for battle for so long. So it's a different thing, and we have different type of therapists for it. Even police officers, firefighters, crisis responders, and first
Mm,
responders, because you have to give them different type of therapy for the things that they go through and what they have to bring home.
okay. Wow. So there's I guess there's therapy out there for everyone.
Yeah,
Everybody that as a situation, because back in the days when you said mental health, especially in the Caribbean, like the Jamaicans and so forth like that, folks that thought you was going crazy or or the thing was about crazy about being crazy or losing two screws. But we know that mental health is everyone has I believe mental health moments, if not even situations. What do you think about that?
I agree. I agree. I think mental health is just like is emotional health, right? We all have a certain strength. Either we seem really good or we're not too well wound up, but we all have our breaking points, our good days, our bad days. So it's just like physical health. The more you work at it, the better you get, the more
Yeah.
coping skills you learn, the different techniques you learn. But I agree.
And I even think about different stages of our lives that we go through. I would think about even teenagers going through that teenage period of their lives that there's certain things that they struggle with at that time that they would need some counseling in. And if we had known when we were younger that we could actually talk about those things, and that it wasn't that weird after all. It was just that we just didn't understand ourselves. I didn't understand the period that we were going through. And okay, go ahead. Hmm.
No. I'm mimicking what you're saying. Definitely, we didn't understand what we were going through.
Yeah, and as we get into a little older and get into marriages, folks that then there's the struggles of being a married couple and so forth like that. So I could see different stages that we definitely need that counseling. We definitely need that knowledge of well, what am I going through in this period of my life? I think life is made up of many periods, many stages. I wouldn't say periods, many stages that we go through, and all those stages comes with their own challenges.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think like even this year, I find it interesting that what I realize is that they give each month is specifically something towards something. So May is mental health month, June is men's mental health month, and July is minority mental health month. Um, they do different things for different people to focus. So you might see different type of advertisements and stuff like that where they weren't as prevalent. So like I said, me as a clinician who's been doing this for years, I'm just now learning of the different type of months that they have dedicated to people because it's becoming more of something that's to talk. So I think it's interesting that if you see something, say something, and a lot of people now are realizing that they're going through something and are starting to say something and get help. And insurances are covering it. Either you can get some free services or you have services that are cheaper because of insurance. Like everyone's covering it, virtual or in office. So there's no reason not to go.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And even as a counselor, then what the majority of cases that you deal with would fall more in what category?
Right now, couples. I think couples is the one I'm doing the most. But if not, it's gonna be people dealing with anxiety or depression. I would say those are the major challenges, mental
Yeah.
health challenges that people go through. But
Right.
couples are my that's my thing right now. That's what I like doing.
What do you why do you think couples? Why do you think couples? Do you have any idea why do you think couples that they?
In terms of why I like it, I like couples because you literally never know who you're going to get on the other side of the couch or the camera.
Yeah.
So two personalities and the issues are usually
Uh-huh.
similar, are usually so similar, but just wrapped differently and packaged differently. So
Yeah.
just let me know, like even when we talk about men's mental health issues, like it
Yeah.
was last month that a lot of us men go through the same issues that I'm sure females might go through. And I have no idea what those are because I'm not a female, but that they all go through, but it's just wrapped up a little bit differently. So I think it's interesting to just be aware of different type of things that people go through.
Yeah, one thing I noticed about the conference we went to several weeks ago was that quite a bit of men came out, and what was surprising to me, Kabian, was when that thing got finished. I don't think any of them men wanted to leave. I think they liked the idea of being able to open up and speak out and talk and be listened to. What do you think?
I agree. I agree. Yeah, like the just because one of the things of the name of it was I am man, hear me. Dot dot dot. And because I think a lot of men when they're experiencing life, either relationships or whatever, they feel unheard even though they might speak loud or speak and have to boast their chest or talk tough. So a
Hmm.
lot of times is to be heard. What does that look like? What does that sound like? Because hearing doesn't just mean I heard you. It sometimes mean I see what you're going through, and I can kind of pick up. You don't have to speak it, but you're speaking through body. There's unspoken communication just as well as spoken communication. So it's a lot, and I think that's one of the things with this show, doing it weekly, having
Yeah,
different type of guests and things like that, gives
right.
me the platform or the opportunity to be on this
Yes.
type of area, and because I talk to people for an hour every day, so
Yeah.
talking shouldn't be difficult, but it's now just being able to allow people to understand the wealth of knowledge that there is for
Yeah,
mental health, and being aware of how to get checked and what to do, and just kind of tapping in every once in a while, you know.
yeah. Yes, indeed. So, and that's something that I'm looking forward to having you on with your guests, and in the different weeks, I know that you will focus on different areas of mental health that we all struggle with, and I'm looking forward to that big time coming up in the next in the next couple of weeks, and on the show this on Monday evening. Okay, so all right. So once again, let us know again where you can be found, and I'll make sure I have it up here for you next week. Where you can be found, and it's in Snellville, and you could give them the address again.
So the address is 2336 Wisteria, Wisteria
Hmm.
Drive, Suite 440 in Snellville, Georgia 30078. And if you're looking for us on Instagram, it's SOSCCG LLC. So Saving Ourselves Counseling and Consultation Group LLC. That's who we are. So look us up and see what we do.
Okay, all right. My next question is, this is Jamaican Explosion, so we have to ask you this question when you're on Jamaican Explosion. When was the last time you've been back to Jamaica?
When 2 years ago, 2 years ago.
Okay, so you've been so you've been already at 2 years. A lot have happened in two years down in Jamaica, A lot
Yeah,
of
definitely. That has happened within the last 2 weeks. The
that
hurricane.
that's a hurricane. So
Yeah.
and I guess a lot of people probably are struggling with the effects of that as we're talking about mental health. What are the things that you think some of the folks may be concerned with like in a hurricane situation?
Depends on where you are, right? Because depending on where you are, power, uh,
Yeah,
uh, because you might have to walk some of the roads. You know, the roads
yeah,
are
yeah.
good. You have to walk extra, so it depends. It definitely depends on where you are.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, especially if they're doing like relief funds and concerts, it's pretty bad. So just getting support and being able to do what you need to do.
Hmm. Hmm. As a lot of people's lives are being interrupted. The lack of electricity in
Mm.
certain areas and water in certain areas. And I could hear the scream out, even though social media is not sometimes a good reflector of of, of some of the things that are going on. But you hear people screaming about, we take certain things for granted. We take, just being able to get up and have lights on every day and being able to use our telephones and so forth like that. But when disasters like a hurricane come by, and we find ourselves in situations where we don't have those things that we take for granted available to us, that can mess up our minds, huh?
That is what you call trauma. Things like this become trauma responses for real. When you become trauma, when gone today, here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's
right.
definitely trauma because you literally realize what you have, what you don't have, how precious something is. If somebody died, how life is. These are trauma responses. So next time it rain or something like that, you might see people move differently based off of what they've gone through this. So in terms of mental health, there'll be a lot of trauma with this.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Maybe we have to move a couple of clinics down there onto the homeland too. Okay. I say it jokingly, but it's definitely a necessity. Yeah, because when situations, I believe that down in Jamaica and so forth like that, uh, the mental health and that these are brand new concepts to folks that
Mm.
are down there. Where while in the United States might have heard about it, even though it's just taking prevalence right now, we might have heard about it, throughout last year. But for Jamaica to be talking about men. And I did hear when I was down 2 weeks ago. And guess what? Yeah, folks are talking about mental health issues down there. So you have TVs down there, you have social media down there. So everything that America is on, they have down there. So yeah, so you might need to have to put a couple of clinics down in Montego Bay, man. But make sure you put it close by the beach.
By the beach. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have to make sure we put it down by the beach. So after we can go and relax and relieve and relax and all those R words. You know what I'm saying. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, but yeah. So folks, we have Mr. KB and Brown with us, and we'll be having him on the show with us weekly and Jamaican Explosion, and he will be speaking to us about mental health and just taking care of ourselves. Ourselves, our minds, our souls, our spirits, our bodies, and I look forward to having him on with me here, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay, KB, anything that you want to say to these folks before you leave this evening?
Nah, just bear with me, man. So bear with me. It's gonna be TV time, but it's gonna make sure I have good people come and talk. Make sure
Yes,
you get good facts. Try to have a good program, so every time you learn something, and if
yeah.
there's a bit people call in, I definitely would love conversation. So I don't know if this does that, but that would be amazing to do that on there.
Okay, so I'm going to do this and show you that what else we have available here. We have what we call let me get it over here on this side here. Oh, my little thing here. It's called our chat feature. Oh, and we actually had some folks that were on and I didn't even see them log in today. You see the chat feature right there? It says Nicole Longmore said true. I guess you were talking. Gracia Morgan said right. So if you want to call in and chat with us, I didn't even realize that I blame it on me, guys, for not turning the chat on early. Okay, we were so busy chatting, but to your point, Mr. Kevin, said, Gracie, I give you what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.
Six claps.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we are interactive. We are interactive, and we look forward to having uh, anyone with any questions. Just put your questions in the chat if you have a question that you want to put to Mr. Kabian when he's on with me on Monday evenings. You could just place your questions in the chat, and we will get to them as we go through the show. So you see, Kabian, we have things happening right here, man. Okay, okay. And as I said, all you have to do, I send a YouTube link out to my YouTube link on YouTube. That's where they could chat with us from. All they have to do is come on to that one. The link that I sent you, Kabian, was a link to log into the show. But then there's another link to my YouTube, and that's where your guest, anybody that wants to listen to the show, to find out about what's going on the show, or even to chat with us on the show, that's where they could call and check in. Okay? All right.
Okay.
So yeah. So we're looking forward to getting that section going next week. I mean, I'm just going to be the one that's doing the operation on that on those days. I might come in and ask a couple of questions myself, but that's going to be your segment right there. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to that. Okay, as we expand right here on Jamaican Explosion. In the background and on our screens today, we have Mr. KB and Brown, and he will be coming in on a section that I entitled "The Strength to Breed," because that's a poem done by Mr. Peter Gracie, and if you look it up, that's a very strong poem, and I look and I like that's a segment there, and it will make sense to you why we call the mental health section "The Strength to Breathe." We all have to take a little time and be able to breathe in and breathe out, the strength to breathe. And sometimes when things happen to us in life, we feel like we're just suffocated. so to speak, you know. So we just have to take the time, and sometimes we have to find the strength just to breathe, get over it, get it out, and so forth like that. So we look forward to that, you know, coming up here on Jamaican Explosion on a weekly basis. As I said, this week we're giving you just from 8 to 9:30 because I had a guest from Jamaica who just couldn't make it on. Is still taking care of the flood reliefs down there and so forth like that. But we'll try to have him on next week, and that's the mayor from Clarendon, Maypen. He was supposed to be on tonight with me, but he couldn't make it on tonight. But he will be getting onto the show with us in the coming weeks. Okay, and guess what, folks? Yeah, I just want to remind you once again, if you're tuning in, this is Pastor Rob here. I still have KB on hand here, and we're just gonna have him say just his goodbyes until next week. Okay.
All right. See you next week. If you, like I said, if you need to just check out what we're doing, you can check me on Instagram at SOSCCGLLC or KBN Sigma LCSW. So just kind of check out what we're doing. And mental health is 24/7. So don't get sloppy. Stay fit and check in on yourself every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah. Big things, big things, big things. All right. Okay, all right, folks. Do remember now we're still speaking about the Independence Weekend. And there's also another event that I want to let everyone be aware of. I'm going to try to pull up the flyer here. I don't have it on screen, but I will have it for you next week. It's a Caribbean extravaganza, and that's going to be taking place on August 4th. I'm going to pull it up on my in my phone here. And as a matter of fact, let me try to get it on screen for you. Mr. Fabian James is the one that puts this on. I'm going to try to get the flyer up on the screen for you in just a second or so. Okay, and so that you could know about this other event that's taking place here in the Atlanta area. Okay, let me go to, okay, I'm trying to get it up here just in a second for you. Just bear with me a couple of seconds here, and we'll try to get it on for you. Okay, and once again, okay, yeah. So it's been a pleasure to having you all here with me this evening, and I definitely enjoyed just speaking to Mr. Roy Rain this evening. Want to remind everybody about the Atlanta Jamaica Association Ball that will be taking place on August 10th and August 4th. We have a also, let me get that up here. Let me get some information on that for you. Okay. All right, a little bit in the information here, just okay. All right, that's the cultural extravaganza, and that's taking place on August 4th. It begins at 5 p.m. and it's going to be at the Star Community United Methodist Church, and that's the church that was formerly known as St. Timothy's United Methodist Church. And the address for that is 5365 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia 30038. And that evening, there's going to be songs that will be performed. There will be music. There'll be poetry. There'll be comedy. Okay, and this one is one that you could bring the entire family to. Adults for that evening will only be charged $10, and that's August 4th. And the children will be just for a small price of $5. Refreshments will be on sale, and that's August 4th. It's the pre-ball celebration. It's the Atlanta Jamaica Association, and they're inviting you to cultural extravaganza. The MC for the evening will be Miss Janice O'Shea, and she will be the MC for that evening. And once again, that will be taking place on Sunday, August the 4th at 5 p.m. Star Community United Methodist Church, and you want to definitely come out and check this one out. Formerly known as St. Timothy's United Methodist Church at 5365 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia. Poetry, songs, music. And I'll have the flyer up next week for you on this one, okay? It's been a pleasure this evening, and as I said, I got some footage from Jamaica that I brought back from Jamaica, but you have to tune in. You have to tune in every Monday from 8, and we normally go to 10. We're going to 9:30, a little bit past 9 today, okay? And you will find out what's going on within the Atlanta, Jamaica area, and also we'll bring to you stuff that are going on in the homeland. So thank you once again for tuning in this evening. I hope to enjoy the evening with us, and I would also like for you to know that I am the pastor at Gwinnett International, which is located in Snellville, Georgia, at the Brookwood High School. So you want to come out and worship with me on Sunday mornings. We begin at 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock is when we'll have our Sunday school, and 11 o'clock is when the church service begins. I serve with my wife, Janet, down there at Gwinnett International Church or Ministries, and you want to come check us out. Okay, this is Pastor Rob again, and once again, it's been my pleasure this evening to bring to you none other than Jamaican Explosion. And until next week, as we say in Jamaica, walk good, take care of yourself, and we'll see you. Okay, very good.